Lucinda Hicks, Enslaved, Freed, Remembered. In celebration of Black History Month, we honor the resilience and legacy of those who fought for freedom and justice, including the many enslaved and oppressed people who chose to survive in hopes of a better tomorrow. Like many born into slavery, Lucinda Hicks' birth was never written in a family Bible, never recorded in any courthouse ledger. But we know this: she was born around 1835 in the red clay fields of Georgia, into a life where her existence was measured only in labor and in obedience. By the time she was 10, she had seen more suffering than most endured in a lifetime. She labored from sunrise to sunset. In 1846, Dred Scott, an enslaved man, and his family sued for their freedom. Their case dragged on for over a decade. Lucinda, like many others, waited in hope. If he won, what could that mean for them? But in the end, they were still not citizens. They had no legal rights. This ruling reinforced slavery, crushing the hopes of thousands, including Lucinda. And the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 made things worse. Even those who managed to escape could be hunted down, dragged back into bondage. Even from free states, nowhere was safe. Then came the war, the Civil War, a fight for the very soul of a nation. In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation declared enslaved people in the Confederacy free. But here in Georgia, under the Confederate rule, the freedom was only words on paper. In 1865, the war ended. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, and at last, Lucinda Hicks walked off the plantation a free woman. But freedom came with new struggles. Where would she go? How would she survive in a land that has never seen her as an equal? Then in 1868 came the 14th Amendment. For the first time in her life, Lucinda wasn't just free, she was a citizen. No longer property, but a person under the law. That meant her children could go to school. That meant she had rights, at least in theory. In 1870, the 15th Amendment gave black men the right to vote. Lucinda, still unable to cast her ballot herself, knew that change was coming. But Georgia, like much of the South, was not ready to let go of its past. It wouldn't be until the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act in the 1960s. Then came 1896, and another devastating blow. Plessy versus Ferguson. The Supreme Court ruled that segregation was legal as long as it was separate but equal. This ruling cemented racial inequality for generations. The promises of Reconstruction faded in the shadows of Jim Crow. Schools, businesses, neighborhoods divided by law, ensuring black Americans remained second-class citizens. But Lucinda refused to be silent. She taught her children and her grandchildren that the law may not see them as equals, but they were. The 14th Amendment was more than a law. It was a promise, a declaration that she, her children, grandchildren, and all of their descendants belonged to this land as much as anyone else. Lucinda Hicks did not live to see the civil rights movement, but her descendants did. Because of the 14th Amendment, they fought in courtrooms, marched in streets, cast their votes, and lifted their voices. In 1954, the Supreme Court overturned separate but equal in Brown versus Board of Education. The walls of segregation built to keep Lucinda's descendants from equality began to crumble. Her story is our story. Black history is American history, and we carry her legacy forward. Black history is American history. Honor, remember, act. History is not just what happened, it's what we choose to remember and pass forward. us keep telling these stories because understanding our past is key to shaping a just and informed future. Lucinda Hicks' story is more than just a chapter in the past. It's a reminder of resilience, struggles, and triumphs that shaped our present. The 14th Amendment granted rights that were long denied, but its promise is one that we must continue to uphold. By learning and teaching history, we honor those who came before us and ensure that their sacrifices are never forgotten. Black history is American history. Please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on creating a resilient life that overcomes challenges while embracing joy along the way. We would love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments. Stay well, stay inspired, and keep thriving.